All right, welcome to Tatum football right here, Coyote Land, as we are on the internet on your Tatum Sports YouTube station. Thank you for very much for being patient, and took a moment or two, but I finally got on the air. We are about to kick off as well as this game is going to see the Foxes of Fort Sumner House take on your Tatum Coyotes. Fort Sumner comes in at 2-0. And your Coyotes come in, of course, as you know, 2-1. They struggled last week against Clayton as they had some turnovers, 4 to be exact, in the second half, and that did not help or bode well for them. I'm Ron Gunter. I'm taking the place for Dusty. He's having some issues that he has to take care of, so we're hoping that he and his family are doing well. As this one's about to get kicked off, looks like it's going to be Fort Sumner getting the ball, so that means that kicking off will be Tatum. They're at the 40-yard line right now. We're about to be underway. It is nice and windy, as you can probably hear. Not too windy, though. Got to make sure I keep the papers, but other than that, I think it's going to be okay. So it looks like we're about to get underway. Sorry for the quick start. I was trying to get a setup and early, but some things don't work out. And here is the kick. It's a short one. It is taken at the 35. And Fort Sumner gets great field position early on as they're starting near, if not in their side of the field. No, it's going to be just short. Looks like that's going to be at the 47. So yeah, 47 is where they're going to start in their own territory, but they only have 53 yards to go for a touchdown. And this team has an offense that is very explosive as they get set on the field. Looks like they've got twins to the left, twins to the right. Nobody in the backfield but just the quarterback in shotgun position. And let's see if I can get his number. I'll tell you who he is, as it is a 2-3-2 for the defense. And already we got a flag as the first play is a quarterback run. Jordan Holland, who is a sophomore, who is also the coach's son, gets about 15 yards, but that might come back because of a flag in the backfield. And it looks like it could be a hold against Fort Sumner as we get underway. Going to see, though, what the call is. The refs are on the field right now discussing this. And, yeah, it looks like the Foxes are going to back up. The call is, yep, false start. That's what I thought, but I wasn't certain. It was a little late flag, so the play went. Going to have to fix the clock on that one, and 5 yards back to set up for a 1st and 15 for the Foxes. And again, this nice little stadium over here. We have some visitors on the other side for the Tatum Coyotes, and small bleachers, but still, nonetheless. Going to have a running back this time around for Jordan. Jordan gets the ball and does hand it off. This time he is tackled quickly, and that is going to be another 2-yard loss on the play for Fort Sumner. I'm sure they're not used to going back like that, but Lucero, A.J. Lucero, who's the running back junior, had the ball and was knocked back for a couple of yards loss. That'll make it second down at about 17. And I just realized we got stuff in the way for the scoreboard, but we'll do our best we can, as always. Hope you're doing well out there. This is Ron Gunter taking the place of Dusty. And we are underway. Second down and 17. And back to pass once again is Donald, and he gets it off to a quick route. Trayvon Bonds is the one. He's a sophomore. 6 foot tall is what he's listed as. He got back to the original line of scrimmage, but nothing more than that. So that'll help a little bit, but it still won't get his first down. It is now 3rd and about 11, maybe 10, generously 10. So let's say 3rd and 10 as we get underway. And this offense, once again, for the Foxes is always accustomed to scoring. They've had shutouts in the first 2. They had Rama. They had early shutouts. I think it was 62 was the score against Rama, which had 0. 64 is what they scored. Back to pass is going to be the quarterback and gets it long. That's a complete pass that is going to go all the way for a touchdown. That is going to be 58 yards. No, 52 yards. 53 yards. 53 yards officially. So that is going to be a score for the Foxes. Gets on the board early after that's their first possession, so they were able to get it in for 6 for a 53-yard pass. As they have a, looks like a possible PAT. You never know, though. Some of these teams line up and then either fake it or move. No, they're going to go ahead and go for 2. So it's the I formation as gets back is no good. It was a run. They tried for a 2-point conversion but could not get into the end zone with that one. But they are on the board first with a touchdown, a 53-yard pass that went to, let's say, of course, it came from Holland, Jordan Holland, and it looked like it went to Jaden Ward, who is the senior running back. So it is already 6-0 right here as we're only in at 10:46 in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment right here on your Tatum Broadcasting Sports on YouTube. We're back. We're going to get a kickoff from Fort Sumner House, as that is caught around the 20-yard line, and not much there. 10 yards is the total gain, and that is going to be, let's see, who did that one on for Tatum? That was Anthony Duffy, a junior. So he got that started for the 10 yards for the kickoff return for Tatum. And this is their first possession of the game. And they looks like it that they are on the 30-yard line, their own 30. So they've got 70 yards to go for a touchdown. And right now they've got lone setback, one to the left, one to the right, and he's going to go ahead and run it. And by the way, that's exactly what I thought he might do. The quarterback is a sophomore, but he plays pretty well. He's got a 61% completion rate, which is really crazy. Even though he doesn't throw as much, he runs more. And for that one, Josh Harris does pick up a couple. So quickly, and as I knew this would happen, this would be a quick, they don't spend a whole lot of time between plays. And that time around, looks like they got back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. And that was going to be a reception. Looks like that was for Cooper Kirby, possibly. He's listed as a tight end. So a quick 3rd down and 10. And that is caught once again to Duffy from Holland. And already just cannot get past that line of scrimmage. Can the Coyotes, and already down to their 4th down, 4th and 10, just like the Foxes were. But the Foxes able to get that huge gain, 53 yards for a touchdown pass just a moment ago. So let's see if, looks like actually they're going to be punting the ball. So Tatum's going to go back to punt the ball. And the Foxes are set up for that punt back to the 30-yard line and going back a little further. As that one does almost get blocked, but it did not. And it takes a Tatum bounce to the 22 before it is returned up. Looks like he is getting about 10 yards at least once. But there is a flag on the play. So we're going to see if that is going to go against Tatum or that's going to go against the Foxes. We'll find out in just a moment. Let's see. And that's going to be a push in the back. Of course, that is going to be against defense. That'll take them back another, I think, 10 yards. So let's see where they're going to start. Looks like they might be right back where he caught the ball. No, further. That's right, because that's from where the flag is. Flag was at the 33, so they should be at the 14. So Foxes starting deep in their territory this time around at the 14 against this Tatum. 6-0 is the score. And underway as Holland gets the ball. He is back. He was alone, set back. Going to throw it deep, but just a little too deep for his receiver. And that looked like it was Duffy. No, sorry, that's the wrong side. That would be for Ward, Jaden Ward. So he had a good route. He had a step or two on his defensive player. Just could not get to the ball as it was delivered about a yard or two ahead of him. So we're looking at home second down. 2nd and 10 for the Foxes against your Coyotes. Once again, my name's Ron. I am taking over for Dusty for just one game as we are in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. A little windy, as you may be able to tell from the wind or the sound. Let's see, there's a to the left, to the right, and Lone is the quarterback, and we've already got a whistle on this one. So, yeah, another 5 back for the Foxes. They are not doing themselves any good as they have had a few penalties in this game. But they do have the lead, 6-0. So we've got another 5 back. That's going to take it to 2nd and 15 for the Foxes. Similar situation, to the left, to the right, and Holland is going to air it out once again. He's got a man, but he is out of bounds. And even if he would have caught it, it would have been out of bounds. But that was going to be going to one of his receivers. And his name is Trayvon Bonds. And I believe he was actually part of the player, or one that tried to get that 2-point conversion, just couldn't get it earlier. But again, 6-0 is what the score is so far. And we've got plenty of time for both sides. It looks like Tatum has at least slowed down this attack for the Foxes. They don't need to go for it all, but they are trying to get something going early on to get past the Coyotes defense. Once again, going for a 4-2-2 look. As it is twins to the left, twins to the right, and quarterback all alone. He is back again near the end zone. This time, though, he does get it off. And it's going to be short of the first down as that one is taken by Aaron Torres is the one who caught that for the Foxes. Josh Terrace is the one who stopped him for your Coyotes. So once again, it is a 4th down, but it is reasonably short. Looks like about 3 yards is all it is. So 4th and 3. And although they are deep in their territory, I would be surprised if they go for it. And they do have Holland coming out once again. So either he's going to get back and kick it, but it looks like he's going to go for a pass play. He's got twins to the left, twins to the right. He's set all alone. He's got a man in motion behind him, and he is going to try to run it, and he is possibly short depending on where they mark it at. It is close, though. He only needed 3, looked like. And depending on where they spot the ball, it's going to be very close. They may have to bring out the markers. It's that close to see if they get that first down or not. It is a first down, though. So they did not bring the markers out, but they did give them the first down. So that is a 4-yard gain for Holland. And the Foxes are continuing to move the ball. So far, they've only had 2 possessions, and haven't really actually. That was their first down. They didn't need the first down last time because they ended up getting the touchdown first. So their first down. And already, Foxes are still on the move against your Tatum Coyotes. And now there's a stoppage of play. Not sure what's going on that one. Flag markers, sorry, not the flag markers, but the sticks were moved. So you have 4 referees out there trying to make their mind up on what happened or getting what happened taken care of. Maybe it's the mark. I think it may be, there might be a situation about where they put the ball because they're working on the sticks. So I don't know if they can get a stick mark after they move the sticks. That might be the thing right there. So there may be a question on Tatum's side on whether he actually got it or not. But I am only guesstimating from body language, from what I can understand. And yeah, they are moving it back. They are moving the sticks back. So if that's the case, unless they go ahead and move the sticks to see if it is a first down, this could be a first down for Tatum. So you can possibly remove that first down from the board. And for some of these players, they're already on the field anyway, so it's just a change of position. But again, that was 4th down. So the thing is this, now they're going to be, all right, so they did what I thought they weren't going to do. I thought they were going to do that earlier, move the chains out to see if it was a first down. They did not the first time. Now they're doing it to see if it's a first down, and it looks like they're going to, let's see, well, they haven't got it laid out yet. Yep, they got it by a nose, the nose of the football. So it is a first down, 4 yards for the Foxes. Unfortunately for the Tatum Coyotes, I know you're moaning and groaning about that, but hey, it's 7 minutes in the first, so there's plenty of time. And they're still deep in their own territory. They're at the 24. So they've still got 76 yards to be able to get a touchdown. But right now they got a first and 10. And here we go. We've got one running back behind the quarterback, and he's going to go ahead and hand it off. It was a delay and quickly brought down for no gain, looks like. That was the running back for the Foxes, Jordan Holland. No, that wouldn't be right. That'd be Jaden Ward. And brought down quickly behind the line almost. Looked like that was Jonas Martinez, or maybe Moorhead. Moorhead actually is one of those players that is going to be key for this win if Tatum wants to get a victory. He's been doing outstanding work so far. At least that's what Coach Reed had said earlier in an interview. This is going to be another one to the left, and unfortunately there's going to be another flag on the play, as that was a nice gain. Looked like about 8 yards for the superstar from the Foxes, and that was Jaden Ward. Going to be probably saying his name a lot, but I believe there's probably a block that created that opening, so it could be going back as well. And the marker is at the 31, and it will be going back 10 yards. So that was holding against the Foxes, and that will cancel that call, or that play. So we're going to go back to 2nd down and more, like 13, I believe. And as we get underway to the 2nd down, it is Holland in the backfield. Actually, no, he's under center now. He's got an I formation. He's got one receiver to the left, and he's going to go back and pass it. It's going to be a screen that got a few yards before Tatum was able to get it down. In fact, that's about 3 yards short. That was for Antonio Vigil, and tackled by Hernandez for the Coyotes. So that takes it out to the 31, and that will make it a short distance for the third and 3 to be exact. As we continue underway, 5:40 remaining, the clock is still running. There has not been very many incomplete passes, so no stoppage of clock so far. As we're only 21 minutes, roughly 20 minutes into this game. And Holland is under center once again. He's got his running back, but he did not hand it off. This time he's going to go deep, and a little too deep, just out beyond the outreach hands of Trayvon Bonds. about 2 yards past him, but he had his man beat. If he would have been able to catch that in stride, that would have definitely been another long touchdown. In fact, that would have been 75 yards if he would have caught that. But instead, it is going to bring up 4th and 3 for the Foxes. Once again, this is the 3rd time now that they've been in this 4th down situation. They've gotten 2, and this could be another one of those quarterback sneaks into it, or quarterback runs anyway, for Holland. Of course, his father is the coach. Here he goes again. He did run it like I suspected. This time it was no doubt about it, no need for the chains. He got a first down with about 5 yards on that run. Needed about 3, maybe. And definitely going to be another first down for the Foxes as they continue to grind it down and get past this Tatum defense and keep the ball moving. They are now at the 45-yard line, still in their own, 35-yard line of their own territory. Still plenty of real estate ahead of them to be able to get to before they get that touchdown. But they got another first down. And Holland under center. This time around, he throws it to his right. And it is a screen pass that gets more than 10 yards. And that would be Kirby got the stop on that one. But not before the first down for the Foxes. So that was a quick first down. So once again, first down for the Foxes. This time around, they're at the 50-yard line, so they only have 50 yards to go. And Tatum just trying to feel their way right now. They still have the 3-3-2, looks like, line up for the defense, as it is 2 to the left, and the quarterback under center, as he is going to throw to the left. And that once again is going to be right to his receiver, as that one is going to go all the way for another 15 yards, maybe even a little bit more for Trayvon Bonds. And that connection is working out really well so far in this game. Might be one of the reasons why this Foxes team has won so many, or both their games with such high numbers. But they are now deep in Coyote territory at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 right now. As this time, the lineup gets up. It looks like it's going to be trip to the left. Or, all right, they're going to move it over. Had trips to the right. Now it's trips to the left. 1 to the right. Quarterback in shotgun. So 3 defending him, basically. And you got your tight end as well. And it looks like that might be an illegal formation, or at the very least could be a false start. So, yeah. So that's probably going to be, since they stopped the play, up, false start. We'll just say that. So that's going to cost 5 yards, and that is nothing unusual. Sometimes when you get a fast-moving offense like you've got this one, then you're going to tend to get those 5-yard penalties. And so far the Foxes, though, have been able to overcome them. But Tatum would love to get a stop right now, maybe even get an interception. They've got 2 on the line. They've got 3 in the middle and 2 in the back. As the quarterback, Holland, is alone. He's going to toss it to his right. And he's got Bond all alone. In fact, he may have rolled in for a touchdown, but it's definitely going to be a catch all the way down to the 1-yard line. And that was a huge play. Almost rolled it in for a touchdown, but he was down as he rolled. So it's actually about the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal is what we're looking at now after that false start. So once again, the Foxes are definitely threatening to get in once again, maybe on the 2-yard line. But either way, expect to see Holland, the quarterback, keeper on that one, as he probably will run it in. But he's got 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and alone in the backfield. And yeah, he is going to pass it this time. And it looks like Bond got it for a 2-yard pass. So once again, a quick score in the first quarter. We've got 3:35, and that was a 2-yard pass to Bond. And already a nice little lead for the Foxes. And right now it's going to be 12-0. Don't know if they're going to go. Looks like they're going to go for a 2-point conversion once again. That usually happens when you have a team like this. You don't really need a kicker. And he throws it to the left, and that is going to be to Ward. So Ward with a 2-point conversion does get that in, and that is going to be, make the score now, 14-0 with Tatum Coyotes are trailing right now, but it's still early in the first, 3:35 to go. We'll be back in just a moment right here on Tatum Sports YouTube. All right, welcome back to the broadcast. I am Ron Gunter. I'm filling in for Dusty Wyndham, and definitely going to be, could be back next week. No, we're at family problems, so we're hoping for the best for him and his family. But right now, Tatum is behind 14-0, and this Fox's team has been good so far. They've only played 2 games. This is their 3rd one, and they've beaten some weak teams, but actually it was Mescalero Apache that was kind of a shocker. Mescalero came in that week with some wins, as that one goes past the receiver, but finally gets it for Tatum. It looks like he may be able to get something out of nothing. That one, he got it back at about the 10-yard line and was able to bring it up to the 20. That was brought in by, looks like that was Duffy for your Coyotes. So the second possession for Tatum, and they're going to be once again deep in their own field at about the 24-yard line. So they've got 76 yards to go before they can get a touchdown. And we're going to start off with a 1st and 10. As that one is quickly handed off to the right. And it looks like that is going to be a huge gain. And he carried a couple of his defenders with him as well. And that was Esperanza. He is a junior running back, Giselle. So he had 6 yards, so 2nd and 4 is what it is now. As we have a substitute, looks like Esperanza needs some work on his padding. But yeah, the Josh Harris back with his running back next to him, and almost a pick off right there. That would have definitely been a pick 6. And that was almost taken by, it looks like that was Bonds, who had just a moment ago had that touchdown. Could have had another one right there. It was just so simple. Could not get it to his receiver. Looks like that was going to be Duffy. So already now, quickly, 3rd down. 3rd and 4. Yes, now it is one to the left, one to the right. Now bad snap on that one, and this time around the Foxes do get it. It was bounced right into his stomach basically, and it went from Tatum ball to a 1st and goal, as that was taken by the Foxes, and that was going to be Aaron Torres who got that. He is a defensive end as well as a tight end. So all of a sudden now it's going to be, yeah. So it's 1st and goal from the 7. And just like that, it could be a 3-score game if Tatum isn't able to stop the Foxes on this very short field. So once again, there was a turnover, didn't get to the quarterback, didn't get to the phenom known as Harris, so that's a turnover on him. And it's going to be a quick one to the left, to the right. And had two receivers, missed them both. And that's all right because it did hit the ground, so it was incomplete. So it'll be a 2nd down and 7, or 2nd and goal from the 7 for the Foxes. It is a nice night, by the way, so I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here so I can cover this. Dusty is unable to do so. I am Ron Gunter. I usually do Hobbs games, but this time around I am enjoying this. Even though Tatum isn't so far, they need to get back into this game. Right now they are down as the quarterback rolls to the left, and it is hit up in the air. Looks like it's going to be intercepted, though, in the end zone. And if that's the case, it is going to be brought to the 20 for the Tatum Coyotes. Yes, it is. It's going to be an interception. Didn't quite get the number on that one. But nevertheless, Tatum finally gets their first turnover for them. So that stopped that drive. Like I said, they had 7 yards. The Foxes did, and were not able to get it to score. So first and 10 for your Tatum Coyotes. As it is twins to the left and one to the right. Running back next to the quarterback, as he thought about giving it to the running back, but no, he is stuck in the backfield. He had at least 3 Foxes on him and could not get away. So that didn't work. In fact, it was a loss of about 7 yards. So already going backwards is Tatum. They don't want to do that. As Harris is just could not seem to get open. Like I said, he had three guys on him. They rushed him that time. So it looks like Foxes are 2-2-2 or 2-2-3, as that is another run. Looks like he is trying his hardest to be able to get through there. That was Esperanza. But he is wrapped up, but did get a couple of yards. So his effort didn't go for vain, but they are still short of that first down by about 3. So we're looking at roughly 3rd and 13. As we have twins to the right, one to the left. We got an empty backfield. As he is rolling to the right, and he is avoiding tackles, he'd had to go ahead and just tuck it in and did not get anywhere near. Maybe he got to the original line of scrimmage. Nothing more than that. So here now we've got a 4th down that Tatum is going to be facing. Now he did get a couple of yards, but it is 4th and 9 looks like. And that is going to be another kicking situation for Tatum. So far Tatum has not been able to get into their own field, let alone do anything more. And that one is going to be a high kick. Once again, almost blocked, as that one is going to take it bounced up once and then landed at the 48 of the Fort Sumner house side. So 52 yards away from a score are the Foxes, as it is 1:17 remaining in the first quarter. And we, of course, have a game of 14-0. Could have been 21 or 20. But, again, Tatum at least stopped a drive from the 7-yard line, so it didn't get as bad as it could have. All right, we have 2 to the left, twins to the left, 1 to the right. And quarterback is Holland is back there. He's going to go ahead and release it to one of his favorite, Trayvon Bond, who gets it on the right hash. Is able to get it. Anthony was able to stop him for getting the first down, but he did get the first down after all. I thought he was short, but turns out that Bond did get the first down for that. So first down for the Foxes, as they are continuing to have some offensive success. But the quarter is about to run out. We've got about 44 seconds remaining. We've got 14 on the clock. So at least one more play before this quarter ends, as the Foxes get online with 7 seconds remaining. We got twins to the left, twins to the right. Quarterback is on set. We've got a man in motion, and quarterback is going forward for another pass. Double coverage, and Bond once again pulls it out of nowhere. Is able to get it down for another first down. Now he's down to the 20. No, that's actually the 16-yard line. So already in the red zone are the Foxes. And I'm not sure. I think they're going to go ahead and let this quarter run out. They've got 7 seconds to go. So, yes, they definitely are going to let it run out. So we're going to let that do it and take a break. Come back in just a moment. We have a game going on in the Fort Sumner house. And Fort Sumner is ahead 14-0. Come back to Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we'll be back in just a moment. 14-0 Tatum Sports on YouTube. Of course, stay right where you're at, and we All right, we're back. 1st and 10 for the Foxes as they are in the red zone now. We had to change sides for the second quarter, and it gets started. Quarterback was in the lone position. Had to, I thought that should be down, but it is not. Instead, he does get beyond the line, and looks like he scores. So he had to get past the defense, had to run it on his own. Almost looked like he had actually, the ball did touch the ground, but nevertheless, it is counted for a touchdown. So that is going to be 17 yards for the TD, and that is a QB that did that. And once again, the Foxes score quickly. 11:50 to go so far in this second quarter. So actually, that was more like the it was the first play. So going to line up for another 2-point conversion. You got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. No, you got twins to the right, twins left. Now you got a man in motion going to the right. As Holland gets the ball, he is going to go ahead and deliver that to his tight end. And Torres just pushes himself in. He was about 3 yards short, but broke the line. And all of a sudden now, Tatum looking at a deep hole. We thought it might be one of those situations where Tatum could come back and play well after Clayton's bad loss. But so far, it has all been Foxes for the 21-22 to nothing lead. As we're about to get another kickoff. And just nothing going right for Tatum. I don't think they've even had a first down yet, so. And last year the situation was similar with Tatum losing at home against this Fort Sumner team, 48-18. In fact, it was 32-6 at halftime, and we are well underway to doing that. There's the kickoff, and it is going to be once again for a good one this time for Tatum as it goes into Duffy's hands. He's able to get about 20 yards and get it close, or at least better position than they've had in the past today, to the, looks like 38, 37 maybe. So 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. All right, I love an echo. As Tatum once again, this is, I believe, their 3rd time to get the ball. They did last time they got the ball after a interception, but weren't able to do anything with it. And a quick quarterback run for Josh Harris, just runs it up the middle and is able to get about 15, depending on where they mark it. Actually, he got about 13 yards, but nevertheless, he did get the first down, the first down for the Tatum Coyotes. And Josh Harris just had to put that on his back and just quick. He's a sophomore, so he's very quick, and probably no fear either. So 2 in the backfield, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and Josh goes ahead and hands it off for a little bit of a delay. And that is a gain of a couple of yards. And that is going to be for
41, the ball carrier that time,
Cooper Kirby is the one that did that one. Got just 2 yards for his effort. Looked like he got about 4 or 5, but no, it's marked for a 2-yard gain. So 2nd and 8 is what it is. As we are underway, 10:42 ticking on the clock. Is that one is a bad throw. He had to throw that out of duress. He was trying to get the ball away from it because he was about to get tackled, was Harris, and instead ends up throwing a ball right to Bonds for an interception. And unless there is, it's hard to tell on these sometimes because the teams are pretty much the same. Nope, it is an interception. So that is another turnover for Tatum. They talked about this last week. They had 4 in the second half against Clayton, and they wanted to clean it up, but so far that has not happened. And once again, the Foxes are out to a hunt as they're on the 50-yard line right now. 1st and 10 for the home team, as they're going to try to see if they can expand this already big lead in the second quarter. And we've got twins to the left, or actually we've got 3. we're going to go to the left, and just out of reach was that pass. As that one was for Garcia. Nope, that's the wrong team. That was for Jaden Ward, once again. Had it just outstretched about 3 yards past him. Once again, that would have been another one of those 50-yard touchdown passes. It would have hit his hands. Definitely would have got him in stride. Got 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Nope, sorry, other way around. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback behind, alone. As he is looking to pass once again. This time he is running to the left, all right. And he is able to run it out of bounds without being touched. He got 7 yards. Could not see anybody open, so Tatum at least doing some good secondary work on that one. But nevertheless was able to get 7 for the outstanding quarterback of the Foxes, Jordan Holland.
They're down at 5 now for the Foxes, 45-yard line.
So yeah, you got a couple of sophomores in here playing for each team. So youth and experience, seeing it more on one side than we are the other. But right now, Fort Sumner looking good. 2 to the Twins are now switching over to the right. As quarterback gets the ball, is having to run out, and looks like that could be a horse collar, but still nevertheless got tackled, yes. They're going to give that horse collar because he did get him from behind and yank him down. Otherwise, that would have been a 5-yard loss, but instead now it looks like it's going to be a first down because of that penalty. So penalties, turnovers are not doing any good for this Tatum team. And that's why they're down to 22-0 so far in the early goings of this second quarter. And yeah, there was 2 flags that hit that one, so we'll see how they mark that off. It's going to go from the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to move it another 15 yards and definitely going to be a first down for the Foxes of Fort Sumner House. So Tatum was able to get that stop, and unfortunately they didn't do it correctly, and that cost him that 15 yards. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 30, from the Tatum 30. So 30 yards away from a score once again, and they can increase it, the Foxes. All right, and that is going to be a pass, but it is off the hands of a receiver and right into the hands of Duffy, the Tatum Coyotes. And another turnover, interception that is going to plague this Foxes team. Not that they're plagued so far. They've only had like 2 turnovers. And the first one did not count for anything because Tatum wasn't able to take advantage. And this one's a little deep also in their own territory as they are marked at the 22 of Tatum. So they've got 78 yards to go for a touchdown. Tatum has not been able to move the ball efficiently, or at least all the time, as this one goes. And that looks like that was a bad play. He was going to try to hand it off, but nobody there. So it's misdirection possible, or just a simple matter of somebody didn't run the right route. In any case, the quarterback got that ball, and Harris was able to move at least a couple yards. So kind of saved his bacon a little bit, got down to the 25, actually the 24 roughly. It's just about there. So 2nd down and 6 is what we're looking at. Got runners left and right of the quarterback as he did put it in the hands of the big guy once again. And Esparza is able to just barely get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more. Nope, got back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. 3rd down at 6 is what we're looking at right now. As looked like a good run, but in the end just could not move forward. The line for the Foxes was just all over him and stopped him in his tracks after he got the ball. So another one of those again. It's the I formation. You got 2 in the backfield, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. And this time around, it's going to be a keeper for Harris, and he is unable to get past the line. In fact, it was Torres who was able to bring him down, and Harris gets a gain of about 2, maybe 3. So it's going to be 4th and short. And at this point, Tatum has got to go for it, even though they're in their own territory. So they need about 3 yards to get the first down, as it is running back to the left. And it's going to be Harris, twins to the left, and it's going to be a timeout. Tatum wants to make sure that they can get something going in this because they have not been able to get anything going on. Timeout. Tatum will take a timeout as well. We'll be back in just a moment right here on Tatum Football on YouTube. All right, timeout back. Welcome back to action. Tatum Coyote football right here on the Tatum Sports channel. As that one is going to go ahead and be a keeper. Looked like it was a fake. And Harris is able to get through for a first down for Tatum. And needed that one too, being down 22-0 in this game. And they need every bit of spark they can get for their offense, as they have only been able to get, as far as I know, 2 of the first downs. Harris back to pass, and he is going to go ahead and run it again. He got tackled by a couple of them, but he did get a couple of yards past that. No, he only got 1 yard past that. And he is marked down at the 42? Yes. No, wait, no, 38, that's right. 38-yard line, so this means second down and about 6. As Tatum is trying to move the ball. They're starting to get a little bit of rhythm. Josh Harris, though, is bringing that spark up. We've got 2 in the backfield, as it looks like it's going to be Harris once again. Yeah, he is going to go ahead and try to take it. He almost got brought down, but he popped back up and was able to get 2 more yards. And that is going to bring him to closer to that first down marker. 3rd and about 2 is what we're looking at. So Harris has once again, he is the leading runner. Of course, he's also the leading passer. But he has been this whole Tatum, or most of the Tatum side. If I remember correctly, he has 11 running touchdowns. He's only got 4 passing touchdowns. So he's got 11 running touchdowns, as you guys probably know. As he has got the ball again. This time he's going to hand it off. And it was 3rd and short, and looks like he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And that was Esperanza. But there, let's see. Looks like there's talk, so there may be a flag on the field. I don't see it though, but nevertheless. All right, so I actually got closer than I thought. I thought he got back to the line of scrimmage. He did get 2 of those 3, so it is 4th down and short, 1 yard. So Tatum's going to continue to go for it. As they had a player come in, Garrett Anthony, probably called in the play. No, he is going to be going to the right, so he's a receiver to the right. We got one to the right and running back next to the quarterback, Harris. As he is looking to, he's going to run it, and he's going to dive and see. Depends on where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be short of the sticks. Tried to dive as best as he could. Just depends on the spot. It looks like it is going to be short. But there is a discussion on that one. Looks from if I eyed it, it looks like it's short. May have to bring the sticks out. Maybe this time around they'll do it before they move the sticks. But there is discussion about it. They want to make sure. And Yeah, they're going to bring the sticks out. So once again, while they're doing that, while they're checking to see if this is a first down, this is
First down, Foxes.
all right. So it was not a first down. So turnover on downs will mean the Foxes get the ball back and they get it in their own territory. It's going to be the 43-yard line, roughly, for the Foxes. So Tatum tried, was about half a yard short, was Harris. Harris had to dive. He got tackled behind the line and tried to make the most of it, was unable to get that extra yardage on the dive. So 1st and 10 for the Foxes, as it is once again Holland in the back. He's got his running back to the left of him, or right, I mean, and he's got, that was it. So it was a running play on that one. And quick to the ground is Esperanza. So he did get back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain for that. 2nd and 10. And Tatum trying to get some defensive strength going on this when they want to slow down or stop this Foxes team from being able to score once again. They don't need to be in a bigger hole. 22-0 is already bad enough, and they've got 6:15 to go in this second quarter of action, and the clock is still running. All right, 2 to the left, to the right. As that is bobbled, it didn't quite make it to the quarterback, but he was able to land on it. Had to fall on it, though, for the loss. And so Holland was able to get the ball. He was in shotgun position, and one of the few times when the center wasn't able to get it to his quarterback, but it did not cost them, even though it did cost them at first down. So it's 3rd down and about 13. Got to the left, to the right, twins left, twins right, quarterback all alone as he's about to get the hike, and he does, and he goes to the right. He is looking to pass. He's looking, and he's going to go ahead and sell it short. And it almost was intercepted. And, yeah, he was it looked a little short, either that or he just threw it a little late. But Tatum was there, but almost had the ball. 2 of the Tatum Coyotes. One of them was, let's see, it looked like actually one of them was Esperanza. So it is going to be incomplete on that one, though. Foxes have a 4th down once again, 4th and about 13 from their own 47-yard line. And here we go again to see if what can happen. Quarterback under center, as we have twins right, one to the left. And fading back, he's going to throw the ball and get it to his receiver. And not only did he get it to his receiver, but got the first down as well. And that was a nice completion. Looked like that was to Carlos De La Rosa. So Foxes, even when they get to the 4th down, they are still not afraid to go for it. And they are getting more first downs than they're not. So 1st and 10 from the 25 of their own. So 25 more yards, and they've got another touchdown. Tatum trying to stop them, but so far unable to answer with the defense. Offense has been struggling a little bit, as it is twins left, twins right. Quarterback alone, as he does again, once again gets his receiver to motion to the right. And he's going to go to the left on that one, tries to get it upfield in the middle, and just past him. It looked like a pretty good route, but Carlos De La Rosa wasn't able to get under the ball. It was thrown into the end zone for an incompletion. 2nd down and 10, as we have 4:38 remaining in this first half. And a 22-0 score is what we're looking at right now. Tatum wants to get the ball back. They've already had 2 interceptions, just unable to get any kind of answer on them as far as getting any points on the board. So once again, we've got twins to the left, one to the right. We got a man in the backfield along with the quarterback, and he gets the ball. Snaps back, goes back for a moment. He is still looking and finds his tight end once again. He got hit on the last play for the touchdown, and he fought along. He was actually on the 5-yard line, was able to get past a couple of Coyotes on the defense and just entered in for another touchdown. And that one was going to be for 25 yards, 25-yard pass for another Foxes touchdown. So, yeah, the passing situation for the Foxes has been exceptional. They've only had a couple of drops and a couple of interceptions. So, Alex Rudd, no, it was, hopefully I looked at the right one. As the two-point conversion goes, looks like the quarterback is going to run it in. Holland does. Ran it to the left after he was going to try to throw it, but could not find any receivers open. And that is going to be a run in for a two-point conversion. And that is going to mean that we're at 4:26, and the game is now 30-0. 5 more points, and we're going to go into mercy rule after the end of this half, or the beginning of the third half, or second half anyway. I'll get it right. Third quarter, second half. Yeah, there's a lot of numbers going on. We'll take a break, though. We'll be right back for Tatum Coyote football. All right, once again, sorry for that, the fact that we can't have video, but that's the way it goes, unfortunately, as the kickoff gets to Tatum once again. Looks like that is Duffy, who had it at about the 21-yard line, and maneuvers it up to around the 30 before he is taken down. And that is Torres, who just scored a moment ago for the Foxes, is able to bring down Duffy. Yeah, 30-0 so far with, let's see, 4:18 remaining. Tatum just unable to move the ball so far. They've been able to move a little bit. They've gotten a couple of first downs, but nothing more than that. They have not been able to get into their own, to the opposite territory to make a threat on it. But Harris has been trying his hardest, the sophomore Harris. And they have Holland is also a sophomore quarterback. So you've got sophomore versus sophomore, and it is going the way of the Foxes. Got one to the left or two to the right, and that is going to be thrown just over the hands of Duffy. He was able to actually get it. He just wasn't able to bring it in. And that would have been about a 20-yard pass. But because it hits the ground, it is incomplete, second down and 10. And Tatum is just looking to see if they can get some momentum going for their offense. They are getting that play. Looked like it was played pretty well, but again, just could not get it to his receiver to where he could catch the ball. So, yeah, second down and 10. Harris again is alone in the backfield, and he's going to go ahead and take off. And with the keeper, he got about 8 yards, depending on where they mark it. He dove forward. He was unable to get close to the first down, but about 2 yards short. So at the 38-yard line for Tatum, we'll bring up third down and 2. A yard. Third down and a yard. A long yard. And nevertheless, Harris once again making sure that they get something going in this drive. Third and 1, he's got 2 guys around him. He's got one to the left, one to the right for receivers. And this time it's going to be handed off once again to the big guy. And he's got a big room as he moved out to the right. And was able to move beyond the line into the secondary. And that is going to be a big first down as Ward brings him out of bounds for Fort Sumner. And that was Espinoza. I'll get to know that name. I'm saying it a lot. I should get to know that name. Espinoza was the one that was able to get that first down. Had a few tackles at the beginning, but was able to get that past that. Here we go again. Quarterback sneak after he was trying to look down the field but didn't see anything open. So Harris is able to get a couple out of nothing. He looked like he might have been caught in the backfield, but instead was able to wiggle. But no, there's going to be a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to go against Tatum. And that's the reason why he was open, was because there was a hold. So that positive yardage is going to go to negative, as it is going to go back about 10 yards. So first and 20 is what we're looking at for Tatum. So just need to watch your hands, make sure that you don't hold anybody left and right. And, oh, that was a quick interception as that was thrown badly. And his receiver wasn't in the area he thought he was going to be. And Harris has another interception on his hands with 3:14 to go. And Foxes looking very good as they are in their own territory at the 35. 1st and 10 for the Foxes. Another turnover for Tatum. You know that Coach Reed is going to be talking about this at halftime, as well as, well, basically everything that there's need to work on things that like a couple of weeks ago, Tatum looked like they were doing well. In fact, last week against Clayton, they didn't do too bad until the second half. So here we go once again. Twins left, Twins right, and it is going to be a throw to the right and intercepted once again, this time around by Duffy. So this is like his second interception, and he is still running up the field, and he is brought down out of bounds by Holland, looked like. But not before getting back at least almost to Fort Sumner territory. It's going to be marked at about the 44-yard line. So we got the 44-yard line of Tatum. Tatum's got the ball, 1st and 10. They've got 2:59 remaining in this first half, and they definitely are wanting to see a touchdown or a score to get back into this game and make it at least somewhat of a contest before the half. Here we go, as man in motion, as he is going to pitch it to him, and does get caught in the backfield. And that one didn't go very well at all. It was read a whole way by Jesse Valquez. And so that was a loss of 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 is what we're looking at now for Tatum, as they're trying to build some momentum before the half. But that's not the way you want to do it. Tried something trickery. They got Twins to the right, one to the left, and one in the backfield, along with the quarterback. He was in shotgun and now has to go ahead and run it once again. He is trying really hard to get some yardage, and does get brought down beyond the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Looks like he made about 7 yards, though, altogether on that run. Not bad, but it's still 3rd down and about 9. So 3rd and 9 for Tatum, and they're trying to use their hurry-up offense. I think both sides do that anyway. I've never seen any huddles in these types of games as already in the lineup. Quarterback is back there, already flushed out, is trying to get, and 1, 2, 3, avoided 3, 4, 5 sacks of tackles before he's finally brought down. Just relentless are these Foxes as they went ahead and just rushed the quarterback, and that time it paid off. Harris wasn't able to get free to be able to do anything at all, whether it be run or pass the ball. And Harris, 61% percentage passing, he's doing really well with that, but he doesn't throw a lot. He relies more on his legs, and that time around just could not do it. So 4th down and long 12, maybe even 13, as they said, time is ticking off. They got 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining in this half, and it looks like they're going to call a timeout. Tatum will call a timeout to talk about it. But we're going to keep it right here. Actually, no, it's Fort's. Oh, never mind. The ref started going one way and the other way. So it is going to be Tatum, the 4th and long, 4th and 13. They're talking about it, and you got to wonder, what are they talking about as far as, they want to score. They're very eager to get back into this game. And the only way they can be able to do that is to be able to score on this drive. If they don't, they're going to have a long talk during the halftime and even a longer second half. Unless, of course, this goes into mercy rule, and then, of course, the clock starts running. And unless you can score some points, it's not going to do you any good. Harris has been the main person on this team so far. They've had Duffy, too. Actually, Duffy's gotten a couple of interceptions, so he's helped in his way. But it only really helps if you can actually get some points on the board. So we're coming out. Looks like the defense of the Foxes will huddle up as timeout is about to end. 101 is what we've got on the clock. And as far as I remember, Tatum only has 1 timeout remaining. Of course, they can stop the clock either by incomplete pass or going out of bounds. So they're going to go ahead and punt the ball. Didn't expect that. So 101, they're going to go ahead and punt the ball.
And
And it is punt.
is going to be fielded by
And it's going to be back to the 20-yard line. It's going to just go ahead and let it, well, did let it roll for a moment before he picked it up. And was able to get a couple yards before brought down.
tackle made by
And,
Harris.
and that was made by Harris for the tackle.
And about 24 yards.
And it looked like that was Bond.
7 seconds to go here in the first.
Trayvon Bond was the one that finally picked it up off the turf and tried to get a couple of yards and did. 57 seconds remaining in this half. Well, question is now, I think they're going to go for it. It seems like they're not a team that will not take advantage of any kind of opportunity, and this is one of them. So Tatum needs to stop this drive, go into the half with a 30-point deficit instead of, possibly a 38, 36, as it is twins to the left, twins to the right, and a single man, the quarterback in the backfield. Gets the ball from the shotgun. Goes ahead, looks to his right, no, his left, and both the wide receivers of the Foxes trip up, fall down,
Foxes tripped
and
up, fell down on the play, and it's an incomplete pass.
exactly, and the incomplete pass, which was 5 yards beyond any kind of receiver, but got lucky enough that also Tatum wasn't in the area, or that could have been a nice interception and possible pick six. But again, Fort Sumner is able to walk away with an incomplete pass. Second down, it is 52 seconds remaining in this half, and they have the ball at their own 24-yard line. So 2nd and 10. Be twins left, twins right, one to the left, one to the backfield, along with the quarterback, Holland. As he gets it, he rears back. He's going to go ahead and pass it to his right. And this time around, he's going to get another open receiver. And yeah, that looks like his one of his favorite targets, which is
First down, Foxes.
Jaden Ward. As it is a huge gain of about, let's see,
Marking out at the 42-yard line would be first.
it's like around 40 yards.
3 seconds to go.
So it gets into Tatum territory at the 42-yard line. So that's 25. That's 33 yards is what that total was. As it is first down, 43 ticks remaining on this half. As it is 3 to the right, 1 to the left, and Holland in the backfield on shotgun. Once again, he rolls to his right. I think he likes to do that a lot as he passes. And this time he gets it again. Another reception that goes out of bounds, and it stops the clock. And that will be to Trayvon Bonds.
Timeout, Fort Sumner, 32 seconds to go.
So they weren't able to get it out of bounds, and so it'll be timeout for the Foxes. It is 32 seconds remaining. The Foxes are moving, and this is their second play of this drive, and they're already down to the 21-yard line of Tatum. Be back in just a moment right here on Tatum Sports on your YouTube. Once again, I thought we were on the air earlier. So once again, I want to thank Fort Sumner and their IT crew for helping us get this on the air. Of course, we also like to thank our sponsors. We'll talk about them later on. Of course, you can see that on the bottom of your screen. Without those sponsors, we would not be able to get this game on the air. Wish we could have it on video, but nevertheless, can't do that because of video rights. However, we will be able to give you play-by-play as best as possible. To the left, to the right, as the Fort Sumner Foxes line up again. Nobody in the backfield but the quarterback. He is in shotgun position. As he gets it, he fades to the right and is able to get it quickly to his wide receiver. And not only does he get the first down, but he gets more and he gets it out of bounds. So once again, stopping the clock without having to worry about a timeout. That is the sophomore Garrett Anthony, looks like, who got that pass. Another first down for Fort Sumner. They're inside the red zone now at the 8-yard line. And they are first and goal. So 24 seconds left on the clock. And if they get it in, that means that this third quarter will start in mercy rule. So let's see what happens. This is a big play as they have a man behind the quarterback, but there is pressure. And he's able to get out of one, but two sacks. And he dove in. He did dive in. It was a touchdown. I wasn't certain if he did, but yep, he did get in. That was a 7-yard scamper. And like I said, he was almost caught not once but twice in the backfield. But he was able to worm his way out of it, slip his way out of it, so to speak, for that nice run. So that is bad news for your Tatum Coyotes, because that means that the third quarter is going to start on mercy rule. They will be getting the ball back in the third quarter, but still. So is it short or not? So looks like, all right, so no touchdown. But 24 seconds, and we've got, that means that, Fort Sumner had to take a timeout. Otherwise, the clock would have been running because it never went out of bounds. He dove for it. I thought he was short, but I wasn't certain about that. One ref said yes, one ref said no. So the ref that said not a touchdown, and they had already fired the cannon over here. So, yeah, after they declared a touchdown, fired the cannon off, and now Tatum has at least one more opportunity, maybe two more opportunities to be able to stop this Foxes team, as they are getting on the line already. Had a quick timeout. Got to the left, one to the right, and Holland behind in the backfield alone, shotgun style. No, he's under center. They've got the a running back who's coming up. Now he's going to go over to his right. And that was a quick dive. All right, want to make sure, but that looked like a short dive, but still, quarterback sneak, 1 yard. And that is going to count for a touchdown. So Holland once again able to score it for the Foxes. And once again, doesn't even have to worry about the extra point, which you usually do for 2 anyway. But they will try for it. Looks like the similar situation as far as the formation. And they're going to go ahead and do it right there. I think they did that play before, but got it to Torres for a pass. 2-point conversion is good. And it is going to be a 38-0 game as looks like the clock has expired. And we are at halftime. So as I get my figures, so I guess that's a 0-0 there. We have a upset going on, or not upset, but a blowout.
Mr. Segura, we may need a little help. We lost the scoreboard.
Oh, okay, they lost the scoreboard. So unfortunately, because of that may delay the game a little bit. There was about, I want to say 15 seconds on the clock, as Tatum will get a last chance opportunity, a small one. Okay, so it was 22 seconds. So that was a quick bang, bang, bang play. I know they had 22 seconds when they started that play, and the quarterback, all he had to do was just fall forward to get the touchdown. I guess that didn't take any time off the clock. But even the best, it would have been 20 seconds on the clock. Either way, Tatum is going to get one last opportunity, though. They will get the ball in the third quarter to start it off. They will get the kickoff. But, again, mercy rule, unless they can score right here, is going to be in effect. Looks like Duffy's going to pick up the ball off the ground, and once again, he's not going to go anywhere. In fact, he was driven back by 2 players. And this time around, though, that's a bad thing, because unfortunately, when you see something like that, there's a possibility of injury, and it looks like Duffy is down. So he could be winded, could have landed wrong. Hopefully it's nothing major, but he is in pain, as there will be a injury timeout on the field. He is able to get up, though, so that is good news. Quickly, all right, so just feeling a little bit. Yeah, he got knocked in the stomach, so he got winded a little bit. So he should be all right, just feeling the pain. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter, or first half. So once again, not how Tatum wanted it to go. In fact, this series is 1-3 so far, with Tatum winning just 1 out of 4. So Tatum knew that when they were coming in, it would be tough. In fact, Coach Reed said from the beginning that this season was going to be tough. He's a new coach for this team. He's got some young players, as well as, of course, the change in conference. We'll talk about more about that as we get into it. We're at halftime right now, and we're on YouTube on the Tatum Sports Network. Come back in just a moment as we are going to continue coverage of the Tatum Coyotes versus the Fort Sumner House Foxes. Welcome back, sports fans, to Tatum Coyote football, where unfortunately the score is correct, 38-0 at half. And it is going to be mercy rule to start, but Tatum does get the ball. They just have not been able to move the ball into their opposing territory, so that has been an issue. And they've had a couple of first downs, but it's been mostly Harrison Duffy. Duffy's gotten at least 2 interceptions, but unfortunately Tatum has just not been able to take advantage of that. And a late score puts it into mercy rule for the Fort Sumner Foxes, Fort Sumner House Foxes. Once again, this series, actually last year, it was played in Tatum, and it was an early blowout for Fort Sumner as the Foxes got into the lead. It was 32-6 at halftime. So similar to what this is, but at least last year they were able to score, but not in the second half. It was 16-12 was the score. So Fort Sumner House was able to get that win by 30. 48-18 was the final last year. Once again, that was in Tatum. And this series is 1-3 right now. Last time Tatum was able to beat this team, it was 54-34, score of 20, and that was back in 2021, and that was in Tatum. So they've lost. They had a close one 4 years ago in 2021. Of course, that would have been 2020. And that would have been 52-50 was the loss. 2 points. That was here at Fort Sumner. Once again, Tatum not looking great on defense, having some problems, getting some interceptions, just not able to get the offense to turn them into points, which is what they need to do. Oh, okay. And like I said, we're here at the 38-0 mark, still at halftime. They did fix the scoreboard. They had a moment where just before the half it blacked out, but now it's 6 minutes, so we'll take another break. Come back, talk a little bit more, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the action. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this game as far as the scoring, and it's been nothing but Fort Sumner House as the Foxes have been able to get some easy scores, some good scores. They've been driving down the field a couple of times, though. They did get interceptions. Those were short passes, but it started off really quickly with 10:46 in the first quarter, and a pass after a fourth down that ended up being a 53-yard pass for 6 to their receiver. And luckily they gave me, I had to buy it, but I got a lineup on this. And that was to Jaden Ward, as he had the first catch for a touchdown. The 2-point run did fail. So the score started off 6-0 with 10:46. Then with 3:35, it was a nice pass for 2 yards, just a very short completion. And that was to Javon Bond. And with 3:35 in the first quarter, it became 12 points. They did get Ward to get a pass, I believe it was, 2 points. And that increased the lead 14-0 over the Coyotes. And that was the end of the first quarter. So 14-0 was what the score was. Tatum trailing by just 14. Second quarter, though, didn't see any difference or any change for the Tatum side, but did see it for the Foxes as early on in the second, with 11:50 remaining, it was a run by Holland that provided a score, another score, 17 yards, by the way, for that score. And then a pass to the big tight end, and he is, been saying his name all day, but I want to make sure I get it right. Aaron Torres, who did get that pass, and it looked like it's been one of those situations where they've been definitely practicing that and using that play a lot, and was able to get that one in for the touch, actually for the 2-point conversion. So yeah, he's a strong kid. Once he got 3 yards out, he was able to will his way in without any problems whatsoever. 22-0 was the score at that point with 11:50 remaining in the second. 4:26 is how long it took before the Foxes scored again, that time on a 25-yard pass to, again, Aaron Torres. And had a 2-point conversion. That was a rush. As it looks like it is luau night for the Fort Sumner Foxes, Fort Sumner House Foxes. So they have a theme going on. There's a lot of people in Hulus, and they've got the lays to hand out, so people are wearing lays as well. So the Foxes are ready, coming out. Still have a couple of minutes, may get a warm-up, may not, as the Foxes get back on the field. And once again, for the scoring, we got to 30 with that 2-point rush. And then towards the end of the quarter, we thought that Tatum was going to be able to stop this Foxes team, but no, with seconds remaining on the clock, about 22 to be exact. Quarterback fell forward, so Holland got a 1-yard rush for the touchdown with the final seconds remaining, 22. And then it was once again another pass to Torres for the 38 points. So once again, 38-0. We're about a minute away from start of the third quarter. Come back in just a moment, and we'll be ready to go for some football action as Tatum takes on Fort Sumner House. Welcome back to Coyotes football. As we're here in Fort Sumner House on a nice night. Looks like it's cloudless. We thought we were going to get a wind, but so far that has not been the case. In fact, it died down. So that has been a good thing. But unfortunately, Fort Sumner House, the Foxes have been so hot that we're going to be starting this game off in the third quarter with a mercy rule. So Tatum needs to score quickly to be able to get back into it and slow down the clock anyway. We have about a minute left. My name's Ron Gunter. I usually do Hobbs football, but I am taking the place for Dusty for today. He had some family issues, so we wish him the best. As we also, of course, wish a good second half. Last week, Tatum had a rough second half against Clayton. In fact, in the fourth quarter, Clayton scored 12 unanswered points. It was a back and forth game until then. And Coach Reed was hoping to get a better result today. So far, he needed to do a lot of adjusting, and I'm sure he has for the second half.
All right, we're getting ready to
Now
start
the
the
Foxes
second
have
half.
lined up for the
Foxes
kickoff.
on top, 38
Looks like once again it's going to be
11.
Duffy. Duffy did go out near the end of the game with a bit of an injury, but it looked like he just got his wind knocked out of him. Seems to be okay now. As Tatum gets the ball once again. This time it goes a shorter kick, so it is not going to get to Duffy,
Head down quickly to make the tackle.
but unfortunately,
Trayvon
that was
Bonds.
Trayvon Bonds was able to get the tackle for Fort Sumner, and that went to the direction of the Tatum Coyote, who got it and just could not make anything out of it afterwards. And that was Garrett Anthony, the sophomore.
And Tatum starts this possession at the
So already
29-yard
with a
line.
quick start, as they usually do, two to the left, to the right, one to the left, and a man behind the quarterback as he gets the pitch, and that is bobbled a little bit. It actually got hit.
Ball's tipped by Torres.
It was tipped by Torres,
Ball's incomplete.
and it did fall
Second down and
incomplete.
10.
So for the better or worse, that could have been an easy pick six by the Foxes. However, it is an incomplete pass, and it is now second down and 10. And notice that Harris does not get a whole lot of those drop passes. He had a 61% coming into this thing for completions. So he's been efficient as far as being a quarterback.
Jordan Holland in makes tackle.
Yeah, Jordan Holland makes the tackle, as that is a short gain for Tatum, and already third down. And
Short gain
that's the
on
problem
play.
sometimes
Makes
when
it
you
third
have a
down.
quick offense.
8.
Get in the hole real quick, and you're already at third down after just barely a minute goes off the clock. So third down at about 8, almost 9, as it is one to the left, one to the right. No, two to the right. And Harris is going to go ahead and try to throw it, but too quickly,
Behind the receiver.
just behind him, as that falls incomplete for Gideon Hernandez. He is a freshman. So ran his route, just wasn't thrown at him. It was thrown behind him, and I think it would have been possibly or probably short anyway. But nevertheless, stops the clock, and it is now fourth down. And at this point, even deep in their own territory, Tatum has got to go for the ball. Right now it's at the 22 or 32. As Harris is up. He lost the ball on that one, and it's going to be downed
Torres in
by
sacked
another
quarterback,
Coyote.
and
But there's also a flag on the play. There could be
there's a flag right there.
roughing, as it was picked up by Jesse Johnson, or J.C. Johnson. So let's see what happens on that one. It fell out of the hands of Harris, who was tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So it would have been, definitely would have been the ball for Fort Sumner House. This might change it. In fact, it is going to be a hold.
Face mask against
Face
the
mask.
Foxes.
The face mask against Fort Sumner, that's going to cost them the ball. But it isn't going to be as much as I thought. So it looks like it was an incidental. In any case, it is still going to be Tatum ball, but fourth down and about 6. Even though the marker has not moved yet. Come on. For some reason, the marker has not moved. And there's clearly a difference between where the marker is and where the football is. So now there's a question of making sure that the ball was spotted in the right spot. I haven't seen this before, where the fourth down marker.
Fourth down, folks. Down markers back on the 31-yard line.
Yeah.
Ball's up on the 34.
So somebody needs to wake up, whether it be the refs or the linemen. But there is delay on this right now, as Tatum wants to get a score on this, and they definitely got to get a first down to do so. So we got 3 refs out there all talking about where the ball should be, where it needs to be placed. And actually, it looks like they're going to move it further in a couple of yards, 3 yards. But the marker still has not moved yet for some reason. I don't know why. He's just stoically there. So it should be 5 yards. There we go, finally moving it. So 4th and short, 4th and about 3 for Tatum.
4th and 3.
As we got 3 in the back, as he hands it off to his big guy, who is able to, depending on where they get that marked, could get the first down, but needs it otherwise. It's going to be 4th down, and that would be a turnover of downs. So that looked like it was J.C. Johnson once again, and they will get the first down. So Tatum gets a first down off of that one. Just squeaked it by as they continue to get this drive moving. With 7:24 remaining, once again, mercy rule clock is in effect, and until Tatum can score, here they go quickly already as Harris runs up the middle, gets about 5, looks like, on his own. Yep, got 5, and that'll be 2nd and short, 2nd and 5 to be exact. As he is ready to move again, and he is willing to take those runs as well. In fact, this season, he has had a long of 57 yards. He averages about 184 yards a game and has had 554 yards off of 62 carries. He averages almost 9 yards a game. So once again, he is back in the backfield alone. He's got twins left and right, and he runs up the field anyway. And Harris gets close to the first down. He may get it depending on the spot. Looks like the spot is going to be first down territory, just barely. But again, you never know. Nope, that shows 3rd and short. So 3rd and about a yard. Harris is willing this team to get down the field as they get back to the line. It's going to be 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and 1 in the backfield along with him. And this time around, he's going to go ahead and throw it quickly to Duffy, who ends up hitting the ground maybe too soon. In fact, they lost about half a yard at least. So now it's going to be 4th and about 2. So that was a great play, but not executed perfectly, as instead of going forward, they went backwards. So if they want to do that again, they need to get forward progress, and did not do that. So expect to see Harris come out here and try to run again, get that first down. It's just a short 2 yards. He can do it, as we have a man in motion, and they do go ahead and give it to him, and he gets first down and more as he runs up the middle and is able to get about almost 10 yards. And unfortunately, he is hurt too. But that player was Gideon Hernandez, the freshman, and he is, I can't tell if he's grabbing his arm, if he got winded or not, but he is definitely in pain either way. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. Be back in just a moment. This is an injury timeout, but Tatum got the first down. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, we're back after the injury timeout. Looks like he just got his wind knocked out of him. Was able to get off the field on his own, so at least that's a good sign for the youngster. But first down is what Tatum needed, and I believe for the first time in this game, they're on Fort Sumner's side of the field. So their best drive so far, as Harris gets the ball into shotgun position, does move forward, gets a couple yards as he runs it up. And so gets about, well, I thought he got 2 yards, but it looks like they gave him a yard at best. So 2nd and 9 is what we're looking at, as it is now on the 42-yard line of Fort Sumner House. So once again, this time around they do huddle a little bit, trying to get some plays in, and definitely are eager to stop this clock, which is now down at 4:30 and running. Harris back with the pass as he is looking to pass and throws it huge to the end zone, and that is going to be a PI, as it was just didn't quite get to the receiver. There could be offsetting penalties as well. That was once again to Duffy, who came up short with it, didn't quite get it, and was knocked down before the football got there. So we're going to see what the refs are going to call this, or how they're going to call this. Could be offsetting penalties. So yes, there's a holding against the offense and a PI against the defense. And as we know, that should offset them, and replay the down. And there's the PI. So 2nd down and 9. So would have been a good gain. Could have been 1st and goal. Definitely would have been in the red zone for the for Tatum Coyotes. And now once again, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, twins to the left. Have a running back in the backfield, and that is going to be thrown, and bounced around like a volleyball. And I believe it does hit the ground before anybody catches it, but for a moment it looked like it could be anybody's ball. There's a couple of black jerseys over there. There's a couple of white jerseys as well, but nobody makes the catch. It is 3rd down after that incompletion, luckily for Tatum, because it could have been an interception easily. So 3rd down and 9. We're down to 2:46. We're about to run out of this 3rd quarter at this rate, and that means Tatum's chances of getting back into this game are also ticking away. So back is Harris getting back. Once again, he looks like he's going to throw. He's going to run instead. Couldn't find a receiver and gets around, runs to his right, and gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more. But needed 9, only got nothing. So now it's going to be, he got a couple after all. So they move the marker. So it'll be 4th and about 6. 4th and 6 is what it looks like. So 4th and 6, and Tatum once again needing desperately to get a score to be able to stop this clock. 2 minutes now, and this quarter is almost over with. As once again, it is handed off this time around to the right. And after a couple of tough yards and a flag as well at the end of the play, probably going to be a face mask at this rate. It looked like a couple of players from the Foxes side were all over. That would have been Esperanza. And it was face mask, as I mentioned. So this could be a 1st down play after a short gain. In fact, it would not have been probably a 1st down for the run alone. But it will be for the 15-yard face mask. And this puts them just outside the red zone at the 21. So Fort Sumner being backed up, as Tatum, once again, this is their best drive of this game so far. But with a minute left, they need to get this score before the 3rd quarter ends. Would love to get more time back on the clock. As Harris rolls to his left, he is looking to pass, and he is going to go ahead and run it instead. Gets a couple of yards, and trying to get it down to the end zone, but just the receiver was covered. And yeah, that is another flag again with 38 seconds left. Doesn't stop the clock, just delays the game a little bit. It looks like unless something happens, this could be the last play of this quarter, as it's against Tatum. And it's going to count out. So 8 yards back. Takes it to 1st and 20. So it's 1st and 20. And again, actually, if Tatum doesn't snap it in the next 6 seconds, this will be the end of the quarter. Not sure if they know about that or not. Also, field clock is down to 0.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Fox is on top, 38-0.
So that is the end of the quarter. 38-0 is the score, still in mercy rule, and definitely in the favor of Fort Sumner House. Be back in just a second right here on the Tatum Coyote Network with more football action. Welcome back to Tatum Football Action. I am Ron Gunter. I am filling in for Dusty Wyndham, who is out with family issues. Hopefully that's not as bad, and we wish him the best from his Noalmark Broadcasting family. Tatum, though, is having their best drive. In fact, actually, it was the opening drive of the third quarter, and they're still on it. But due to mercy rule, the third quarter went without a score from either side. 38-0 is the score, as you see. And all of a sudden now, Tatum is lined up. Fort Sumner House is getting in the defensive side. Looks like a 3-2-2 is what they're running right now for defense. Meanwhile, looks like it's one left, one right. And Harris with the ball up the middle once again. He is making some yardage, getting those legs moving. But he had a long way to go. It's 1st and 20. Now it's going to be 2nd down at about 13 at the 24-yard line of Fort Sumner House. So this is the best field position that the Coyotes have had. But unfortunately, because of the fact of the mercy rule, they are very limited on time. They are going to need to score quickly and do it at least 4 more times. But that is a quick pass to the right. Unfortunately, it does sail out of bounds, and that was intended for his receiver, Garrett Anthony. Anthony is a sophomore. Yeah, a lot of sophomores on both sides. And talking to another radio announcer over here, and yeah, he acknowledged the fact that this is a good game, quick game, and very youthful on both sides. So once again, 3rd down and about 13 as it is lined up. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and Harris goes ahead and throws it to nowhere. It was a pass that apparently wasn't run correctly. Garrett Anthony was steadfast. It looked like Harris was trying to run him inside to be able to get that pass, to be able to move some yardage, but instead it goes incomplete, hits the ground for an incompletion. They huddle up again and just trying to get something on here as Coach Reed is trying to do everything he can to be able to get them on the scoreboard. Would love to at least see something. I don't want to have the goose egg at the end of the day. And now it's to the left, 1 to the right. And here we go with a rush, and that was connected with the running back. Harris has to go for it and run. Does get some of that back, some of those yardage back, and looks like we got another injury on the field. This time it's going to be a Fox. Looks like he was actually able to get up, though. So he is still kind of hurting, but he is up and walking. So it's not too bad, but it is now, again, 1st down. All right. Apparently the sticks were not in the right spot, but now they need to be moved. Oh, no, you know what? Never mind. You know what happened? There was a fumble and a turnover. So that ends that drive for Tatum. And now Fort Sumner House has the ball. Didn't see that until the end. And now it's 1st down for the Foxes. So they are deep in their own territory at about the 16. And Holland goes back to pass. He's able to get it to Bonds, who's able to get it up the middle and get at least 10, maybe even 11 or 12. And now there's an injury on for Bonds. He is hurting, possibly a leg injury on that one. Yeah, they're going for his leg. As it was a nice catch. And Bonds is able to get up, though, and limp off the field. Hopefully it's just a cramp, as the announcer says. But it is bad news for Tatum either way, as the clock continues to go. 8:44 remaining and ticking away on mercy rule. 1st down, and Tatum running out of chances to get back into this game, or at least make it something of a contest. As the injury timeout has ended, it is now running clock again. We got about 19 seconds to go on the game clock, not the game clock, the play clock. As Fort Sumner House is taking their time. Looks like they may take a timeout on this one, just to burn out as much clock as possible. And yes, they did. With 1 second remaining on the play clock, take a timeout. So we're not going to take the timeout. We're just going to go ahead and talk about the game. You know, like I said, Harris came in 554 yards. That was his running yards. And came in completion-wise. He had 35 of 57 attempts, 389 yards. So he doesn't pass a whole lot, but when he does, he's very efficient. 61% of the time he does find his target. He's had 4 touchdowns thrown. He's only had 1 interception. He's had a few today that he probably would like to have back. But yeah, he's had quarterback rating up until now up to 97.8, which is not too bad, you know, especially for a sophomore who didn't get to play a whole lot last season. He had a little time, but not a whole lot to play. But Coach Reed always talked about the fact that he wanted a spread offense with a balanced run. I think he's kind of got that, but unfortunately, this Fort Sumner team just knows how to stop teams from being in a rhythm. And that has been a major factor in this game so far. 1st and 10 right now for Fort Sumner House as they go out to the sweep it out, go to the right side and gain about 8 yards. I wasn't expecting that, but they definitely got 8 yards off of that run. And that is going to be probably Ward. Yep, Jaden Ward with that run. So all they have to do basically is to just keep the clock running, and they definitely have a victory against this Coyotes team. But, you know, Tatum is learning a lot today. They also have a tough district, a new coach, a lot of new players. So they're learning as they're going. Fort Sumner, though, seems to already have their plan in mind. And Coach Holland has a great son and a great quarterback as well. As this one is going to be delivered just behind his receiver. Looks like that was Torres. Had a good 1st down and more kind of catch going on. As he is a big kid, is able to get that ball, but it just got off his fingertips just behind him as he had to turn around and try to reach for it as he was running forward. Didn't quite work out, so it is an incomplete pass, 3rd down and short with about 2 to go, maybe 1 actually. So it's 3rd and 1, and the Foxes with 6:51 to go in this game as it continues to whittle down. Tatum would love to get a stop here. In fact, actually, they'd probably like to get a pick 6. That'd be great. But Holland has been very tight. In fact, this looks like it's going to be a run, and it will be to the back. That'll be to Ward. Oh, 1st down and more as he got into the secondary, and he made about a 21-yard run on that one. So 21 yards, 1st down for Fort Sumner. They only needed a couple, and they got well more than that. So once again, with 6:13 remaining and ticking down in this game, Fort Sumner House is in Tatum territory again on the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Foxes. And a small huddle as they are going in. They're just trying to burn up as much clock as they can on this one. Again, the same formation. Just looks like it's going to be a run this time. The quarterback behind alone. No, actually under center. Goes ahead and gives to his running back. That's Ward. And that is another huge gain. And yes, I think there's going to be a late hit for Tatum, as it looked like it was a helmet hit. But there's a flag on the play. It could advance Fort Sumner House with more yards. Looked like they were close to a 1st down as it was. Oh, no, actually there's a hold call on Fort Sumner House. But there's offsetting. All right, so it'll be offsetting, so they'll have to play it again. There's also penalty against. Oh, never mind. I thought he was talking about the fact that there was going to be a penalty against Tatum, but there is not. So they move back the ball. Going to be on the 46-yard line.
Moves it back
So
to the 46-yard line.
first down at about 15 for Fort Sumner House. 2-0 is their record so far. They were 1-0. So at this rate, they're going to go 2-0 at home. And Tatum actually had a record of 1-0. They're going to go to 1-1. That is a wide open, all the way. Let's see, that's 46 yards right there for Trayvon Bonds. So once again, they had a wide open hit right there, caught it at its stride, and was able to move it in and finish it with a touchdown. 46 yards once again. And just like that, there's another score on the board for the Foxes. That's with 3:58. So chances are, unless something really weird happens, this game is going to end pretty quickly because of the mercy rule. As once again, the Foxes line up for a 2-point conversion. Got trips, no. Well, it actually got a man in motion now, so onion shotgun going to the right. And Bonds catches that pass. And just like that, it is 46-0. You get 4 more points and this game is over with. I don't think it's going to last that long. 3:37 remaining. Still in mercy rule. And it looks like unless Tatum can get some magic from Harris, that they're going to end up being goose egg scoreless in this game. And you don't want to see that, but unfortunately, things happen. I'll get you another little break, come back right quick, and we're going to get the rest of this game for the Tatum Coyotes right here on Tatum Sports Network, yes, on YouTube. And we're back as we're about to get another kickoff from the Foxes to the Coyotes. Looks like it's going to be the trustworthy Duffy once again to get it. And he does get it this time, back at the 24. And he does get out of a spin tackle. Looks like he's got a lot of room. If he can get one more, he might actually go all the way. In fact, he's got one man to beat. And it looks like he can get there 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. So they don't go goose egg. Tatum does get that score. They still need to get another score because it is still in mercy rule. It's beyond 35. In fact, it is 46. It was 46. But in any case, looked like that was about a 70-yard return for the first touchdown, or first score anyway, for Tatum. So it is now, we'll say 3:20 is when it happened. Its clock is still running. Still have to get the 2-point conversion. So it isn't going to look as bad. There's a little chance that Tatum may be able to get out on the field and score again. But you never know. With 2:48 remaining, it is Harris. He's going to pass to the right, and it is taken up by Bonds. So that is no good. So 46-6, a 40-point game. So pass is no good, fail. And all of a sudden, we don't have a game, but at least we have a happier read and say that, look, we did it on special teams. We weren't able to do it on offense. Our defense struggled a little bit. Did get a couple of interceptions, but overall we need to work on our practice. We need to work on these things and improve. Otherwise, it's going to be a long season because they don't have any easy games on their schedule. I can tell you that right now. In fact, Lordsburg, I believe, is up next for Tatum, and that's on the road again. Unless I'm looking at the wrong one. No, I am. So, yeah, Tatum is, of course, both sides are going to be have a lot of competition that they need to get past. Yeah, it's Lordsburg for Tatum, and then after that, Hagerman. So 2 on the road, Hagerman, Lake Arthur, before they get back on October for a home game. Here is another kick. It's going to be going till about the 25. And it looks like it's going to roll out of bounds, which means it's going to be started at about the 35, I believe, if not the 40. So clock running to 2:12 and going. Unless Tatum can get something, and all they really, I believe all that has to be done is just a kneel down, and that's the end of the game with 2 minutes to go. As they are setting up the ball, of course they're getting the right ball on the field, getting the Fort Sumner ball. And all right, they're going to start the clock again. It's at 2 minutes now, so 2-minute warning. No stoppage of the clock on that one, as it is going to be, looks like a quick run. They've got his running back again. It looks like that is going to be, they're taking as much time. They got 20 seconds, so they can take 20 seconds off the clock and bring it down to about 1:20. And that's pretty much what they're going to do. Going to run the ball, so they make sure that they don't give Tatum another chance, an opportunity to get back in this game. And it is handed off. It's a short gain of about 1 for Trayvon Bonds. And maybe 2, actually. That looks like he gave him 2, forward progress 2. So second down at 8, 1:07 to go. And like I said, unless a miracle happens, well, we already know that the wind is going to go for the Foxes. But 55, and now they're just in running formation. 10 seconds, and they go ahead and go early and run out to the left. And it is now down to 40 seconds. There's 36 on the play clock. One more kneel, and that will pretty much do it. In fact, actually, yeah, there's 2 seconds between the play clock and the game clock. So all they have to do is just kneel it down, and that will be the game, unfortunately, for the Tatum Coyotes. But they were able to get a nice kickoff return thanks to Duffy. He was able to make that one happen. So call him the player of the game. He did get a couple of interceptions as well, so he wasn't just sitting around doing nothing. And looks like they're going to call timeout with 2 seconds remaining. Maybe not. No, let's just take the penalty. Oh, no, that's it. I guess there no penalty. So it is over. 46-6 is the final. And we'll talk about both these teams. What they're doing next. So let's take a moment, and I'll come back with a recap right here on Tatum Sports. Yes, you're watching it on YouTube. You can also watch it on HobbsAmerica.com. Don't forget about that. Welcome back to Tatum Football. I am Ron Gunter, taking over for tonight for Dusty Wyndham, who was out because of personal reasons. And Tatum we knew they were going to face a buzzsaw in this Fort Sumner House team. We knew that already. Foxes came out strong. In fact, here's how the game went, summary-wise. Now, in the first quarter, it was a quick strike. Actually, it was fourth down for the Foxes. Their first one, they were able to get a long play of 53 yards over to Ward, Jaden Ward, and he was able to catch that in stride, get it in for a touchdown. They tried for the 2-point. The run didn't work, so their first attempt at a 2-point conversion failed. 6-0 was the score at 10:46 in the first. Now, at 3:35 in the first, once again, after a try for Tatum wasn't able to move the ball, so they had to punt it. There was a 2-yard pass to Bond from Holland to be able to get another score. This time around, a pass to Ward was the 2-point conversion, and the game now saw it at 14-0. With that first quarter, that's what the end of the first quarter was, 14-0. So the second quarter started, and quickly, it didn't take very long. In fact, it was only one play, and Fort Sumner House was able to get their score in with a run from Holland. In fact, it looked like he was going to be caught in the backfield, but no, instead he was able to worm around, get past 2 tackles, and get in for the end zone for the touchdown. With the pass to, it was Torres, made it a 22-0 game. Once again, quarterback Holland with a run of 17 yards. And then later on in the quarter, it was 4:26 when, once again, a pass to Aaron Torres for 25 yards resulted in another 6 points. And it was a 2-point rush. I believe it was from Holland that got that in, but either way, that was 2 more points, and it turned out to be 30-0. It looked like that maybe Tatum could be able to slow that momentum down and get a score, but instead, with the interception, turned out that Foxes had one last opportunity to be able to move down the field and do something with the ball, and they did. With 22 seconds remaining in the second, got a run from Jordan Holland. Of course, that's the quarterback, 1 yard. He actually had just fallen in. We thought that there was a touchdown just before that, but it did not get in. It was just short. He was able to fall in for that 1-yard touchdown. 2-point pass to Torres to the left, was able to make it in, and all of a sudden it was 38-0. So we knew the third quarter would start with a running clock. And actually the third quarter had only one possession. It was Tatum. They were able to move it down, but they weren't able to get in, and ended up not scoring. Had it in the beginning of the fourth quarter. Well, so they had it the whole third quarter, that possession, and were not able to score. Foxes turn around, couldn't do it either. There was a kickoff. Actually, no, the fourth quarter, they Foxes were able to score with 3:58 remaining to up it to 46-0 after a pass to Bonds for 2 points. It was actually Bonds who caught the pass for 46 yards. It was a nice wide open play, caught him in stride, and it was nothing but, as if you were in basketball, it'd be nothing but net, but it was nothing but open field ahead of him. He was able to get in. Now the nice thing is just after that, the kickoff to Tatum, and it was similar. And Duffy was able to get the ball about the 25-yard line, was able to run it in, got past all the defenders, and was able to get into the end zone for the first time for Tatum to make it 46-0. They tried to pass. It didn't quite work out. And that is the final for this game, 46-6. Once again, Tatum's going to go to 2-2. They've lost 2 in a row. Fort Sumner House is going to be at 3-1. Next game up for Tatum is actually going to be Lordsburg, and that will be next week. It will be covered. Should be with Dusty, but, not sure exactly what's going on, so we'll be tentative about that. But we'll just go ahead and say that, and that's going to be the first game for district, which, is it's going to be quick. And then after that, they've got Hagerman, Lake Arthur, both of those on the road. Mesilla Valley Christian School, that'll be at Tatum, followed by Gateway Christian. That'll also be in Tatum. That'll be on the 11th of October. And then on the 19th, it'll be Mescalero Apache, and that'll be at Mescalero Apache. The last game is Melrose, and everybody knows that this district goes through Melrose. In fact, we had to actually go through Melrose to get here. So That is going to be a tough game, tough schedule, and Tatum knows it, so they're going to own up to it. They just need to learn from their mistakes on this one and be able to move forward, stop getting those turnovers and start being able to move the ball forward and definitely get some turnovers of their own. They had a couple of them, but they just weren't able to make any progress as far as getting any scores on it, so they weren't able to take advantage of that. But Fort Sumner House definitely did. And that is the game, and I believe that's going to be a wrap-up on it. So I appreciate everybody who has watched, and definitely once again next week, Lordsburg for Tatum. For myself, Ron Gunter from Noalmark Broadcasting, for Tiff Stuber at the station who was helping us out, for Dusty and his crew who will be back next week probably. I am Ron Gunter, and I appreciate you guys watching this, and you can always watch it anytime you want to. And definitely it's going to be one of those learning experiences for Reed. Still the first-year coach on this game, and he's excited. He just wants to make sure that he gets his team in the best place possible. Today wasn't one of those days. Well, you have a good evening, and thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week.